minute, but first let's get to our top story right now at 11. We are on wildfire watch, tracking the East Desert fire burning north of Cave Creek Regional Park right now. It's already forced dozens of people out of their homes.
Our NOHELANI GRAF has been following these developments for us this morning. Authorities just giving us an update. Nohe, what's the latest?
So, Kaylee, I'm learning that there is an update on the number of people that were evacuated. MCSO has been helping with a lot of that, and they now say it's 130 homes that they had to clear out overnight. In the meantime, the acreage seems to be holding steady at 1,500 acres, but it's just 20% contained. And in fact, I want to show you our vantage point here. Looking back at the ridge line, you can see some of the smoke is still kind of puffing up from in between the hills there, and you can tell in the far distant mountain there, you can see some of the area that has been blackened so far. Let me give you another view of what's been happening this morning, though. Check out the firefight that is happening from the air right now. We watched as a DC-10 flew overhead and made two big drops of fire retardant down onto the flames. And crews right now are fighting against the clock before the wind picks up again. In fact, that is what fanned the flames overnight. We know that hundreds of people now have been displaced for who knows how long. In fact, one family did have to reach out to the Red Cross to get some help, and they are also navigating some new territory in this social distancing world. Red Cross has set up a safe spot for information, but they're using motels and hotels to house anyone who's forced out, and they're actually having to deliver prepackaged foods now instead of the buffets that they're used to setting up.
Now, long gone are the days of seeing a bunch of Red Cross cots laid out on a floor, and we're turning more to hotels where people can actually have their own space and isolate from one another.
So we do know there are 250 crews on the fire lines at this hour, but they do expect to add so that we end up with about 500 crews on the fire lines by late tonight. We saw Mesa hotshot crews, Prescott hotshot crews driving into the fire zone. It's still early, but at this point, they do believe this is human caused, as most wildfires are. Now, let's turn to meteorologist Iris Hermosillo with that most accurate forecast. I purposely left my hair down so that you can see the winds of change are already here, Iris. It's starting to get just a little bit stronger.
Yeah. And they're only going to get stronger as the hours go on. Rather, Nohelani, thank you for that update from there and giving us that real-time view. As those winds lightened up overnight, certainly that was beneficial for the fire crews. Also, relative humidity went up overnight as those temperatures dropped. But let me show you the latest conditions. Our relative humidity in that area where that fire is burning now down into the teens, and it could still go lower as we head into this afternoon. So that's an indication of just how dry it is out there. As those temperatures climb, the moisture hasn't changed, and so the relative humidity is going to start getting lower. Right now, those winds are starting to shift too. They're out of the south, eventually coming in out of the southwest. We're seeing gusts near 8 miles an hour at this point, but those wind gusts will get stronger once we get into this afternoon. In fact, by this afternoon, temperatures in that area in the mid-90s, wind gusts as high as 25 to 30 miles an hour coming in out of the south-southwest, with relative humidity staying in that 10 to 15% range, if not going just a little bit below 10%, certainly a possibility. So dangerous fire conditions in that area and across the state.